Today on DIY Stuff, I'm going to be showing you how to make this ridiculously cool TNT Bomb Shape Pinata. To create this pinata, you will need the following supplies: old magazines or newspapers, flour, water, salt, scissors, a whisk, a big bowl for mixing, giant punching balloon, a smaller bowl, the cardboard portion of a roll or a tape or another round piece, masking tape or a strong clear tape, black streamers, black craft paint, paintbrush, cardstock in white, red, yellow, and orange, a ruler, a pencil, glue gun, glue sticks, piece of computer paper, and twine. All right, crafty people, let's get started. Let's take our magazine and start cutting it into strips. You can use newspaper, you can use old magazine, whatever it is, even regular paper. Now, let's take some flour and some water and put them in a bowl in equal portions. So if you use 1 cup of flour, use 1 cup of water. Next, take your whisk and start mixing all those lumps out, making it kind of smooth, or as smooth as you can. And next, we're going to go ahead and take some salt, and we're going to measure out a half a teaspoon. So it's 1/2 teaspoon to 1 cup of water and 1 cup of flour. Go ahead and add that and give it a nice whisk again. Now, let's take a smaller bowl, something that we can balance our balloon on. And here I have my balloon already blown up. And this is not just a regular balloon. It's one of those punching balloons that kids get at birthday parties and stuff. And we're going to go ahead and make it the size that we want our piñata to be. Next, I've taken the end of a roll of tape. So this was a roll of tape. It's the end of it. It's the cardboard part. And I'm going to go ahead and set it on top. I'm going to take some regular tape, the clear kind, masking tape, duct tape, whatever you have, and just start sticking it on to the top of your balloon. Go ahead and put it all the way around, and here you can see there is tape all the way around, adhering that cardboard piece onto the balloon. Here I have my trusty assistant, and she's mixing up our mix, and we are going to start putting in the strips of paper. And go ahead and when you put the strips of paper, make sure that you squeeze off all the paste that you just made. You know, you don't want it to be too lumpy on there. You just kind of want it to be used as a glue. So we're going to go ahead and start putting those one by one, putting some of the paste on it. Like I said, kind of squeezing it off of it, you know, and adding it all over the balloon. All right, keep in mind that the more strips that you add to this balloon, the harder the piñata is going to be. I only did 2 layers of paper on the balloon, creating a bit of a softer piñata. Looking back now, I probably would have done 3 or 4 layers to make it harder, but that's what I did. So if you want a harder piñata that's harder to break, do about 4 layers. Now let's go ahead and take our black streamer, and we're going to go ahead and put a little bit of paste back on the piñata, making sure that it's moist, and we're going to start just strip by strip adding the black streamer. Just put a little bit, rip it off, add a little bit more, rip it off. Don't worry about your streamers getting dirty with the paste. We're going to go ahead and paint this at the end. So just continue to take that streamer and attach it all over the entire piñata until you have the entire piñata covered with black streamer. And here you see the piñata covered completely in black streamer. It looks a little messy. Yep, that's okay. That's part of the process. That's how it's supposed to look. Now, don't forget to do the top portion. So we're going to go ahead and add some of our paste and just start wrapping streamer around the top as well. That's going to be where our fuse is going to be coming out of the piñata. So just cover the whole section. Now let's not forget to do the top section as well. So let's add a little bit of paste to some streamer and work it from the inside out. So we're going to glue it to the inside, wrap it over the top, and start doing the outer part. Put it back on the streamer, start from the inside, flip it over the outside, and adding glue to it or paste, and just go ahead and ripping off the excess part. And that way the inside will look finished as well. Now, once your piñata is dry, we're going to go ahead and take some black craft paint with a cheap, like, Dollar Tree brush, and we're going to go ahead and start applying it all over. And this will cover up all those imperfections from the paste, and it will give it a nice, solid black look. While your piñata is drying, go ahead and take some cardstock, a ruler, and a pencil, and start writing out TNT, the letters. You may be able to find a template or something online, I'm not sure, but I just went ahead and did this freehand, and it wasn't hard at all. I just kind of used the ruler and tried to keep each letter the same width, and just started kind of rounding it off and just freehanding it, and it worked out pretty good. Take some scissors and start cutting them out. And remember, this is on cardstock, so it will hold its shape better. If you don't have it, I'm sure you can use regular paper, but I think cardstock would work just a bit better. Once you got your letters cut out, just go ahead and set them aside. Next, we'll take a pair of scissors and we're going to go ahead and cut a small slit right into the balloon. And yeah, that's what happens. It pops inside, and all we're going to do is go ahead and reach in there and start pulling that balloon out, because you don't want that to end up with the candy. So let's get rid of that thing. Now let's go ahead and take our brush with our black paint and touch up any little areas that may still have a little bit of the paste on it. As you can see, my piñata has been sitting outside, getting some sun, getting nice and toasty. I've taken some twine here, and I'm going to start punching in 4 holes on the top. I'm not going to attach the twine to the stem part. I'm going to do it to this outer part. And if you could see here, this is what I'm talking about, my piñata being a bit soft. Some of the areas were still a little soft, and that's why I recommend using 4 layers of the magazine or newspaper when you're building it. Now I'm going to take my twine and feed it through the hole. Here we go. And I'm going to go ahead and measure it out to the length that I want it to be, and go ahead and give that a little snip. Cut it right at the end. Now I'm going to take the other end of it, the other end of the twine, and I'm going to feed it through another hole. And here we got it. We have 2 holes with the twine running through it at the same lengths. And we're going to do this on the other side as well until we end up with 4 different holes and 4 strings of twine coming up through the top. We're going to go ahead and tie them in a knot, making sure that they are all nice and tight, and it will be sturdy enough to hold this piñata if you have to hang it, which you plan to. So making sure that it will be sturdy enough to hang. And here we go, giving it a little test. Now let's set that piñata aside and focus on the cardstock. We're going to need red, orange, and yellow. And I'm just going to freehand a star here. This is what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to do the little fire spark. So I'm freehanding a star, and it just, with my ruler, using it to make all the lines and points. And this doesn't have to be super fancy. If you really want it to be, I'm sure you can find a template online, and you could just print that out and, trace it over these cardstock pieces and do it that way. But I'm just doing it freehand. As you can see, I'm erasing some of my little mistakes. It's all good. It's going to be beautiful. We'll take our scissors and we'll start cutting out our little star here. This is going to be like our fire spark. We're going to take it and now trace it over the other sheets of cardstock. I'm tracing over the yellow, and we're going to be cutting that out as well. Take that original red star. Now place it over the orange cardstock and do the same thing. Trace it and get ready to cut it out as well. So here we got both of them, the yellow and the orange. We're going to go ahead and cut the yellow one out. And now we're going to cut the orange star out. And here we have our 3 stars. Now, I'm going to start cutting this yellow one just a bit smaller than my red one. So if you can see here, I'm cutting into the lines and the points, and I'm going to go ahead and just cut it just a little tiny bit smaller. So I'm going to be able to put this over the red star, and you will be able to see the red. Now we're going to take the orange. Here we go. See, we're putting this actually over the orange star, and it's a little bit smaller. Now we're going to take the red star, and we're going to cut that even smaller. So we're going to do this even smaller than the yellow star because we want to be able to see layers here. And here we have it done. Our stars all started off the same, but now the 2 on top are just a bit smaller, and that's what we're doing here. We're going to go ahead and take those stars, glue them together, and that'll be our spark. Now let's take our white piece of paper, this is just regular computer paper, and we're just going to roll it from the corner all the way, like making a long cigar here. All right, we're going to start twisting and twisting and twisting because we're trying to form like a rope. This is supposed to be the fuse that is attached to the bomb. So here we go. We are making a fuse. And this is not fancy at all, but it is going to look super cool. You know, you just got to be creative. And here we go. We have twisted up our piece of paper. And now what I'm going to start doing with a hot glue gun is in some of those cracks to keep its shape, I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of glue and let it dry. So I'm going to open it a little bit and go ahead and add a little dab of glue and then twist it. And that twist will hold its shape. So then it really, you know, it won't fall apart. It really will look kind of like a fuse. And here we go. And we're just going to kind of do that throughout. Next, we'll take just a flat area here at the end. We're going to add a little dab of glue. And we're going to take our star and we're going to add that right to that glue. Right in the center there. That's going to be the fuse with the spark. Now, if you want this to look super cool, you can make a whole nother set of 3 stars and do the same thing that we did here to the front, to the back. Now, we're going to take our letters, the T and T, and I'm taking the T here. I'm adding glue to all the edges, and not so much the center, but the edging of it. And I'm going to go ahead and place this on the piñata. This piñata is totally dry at this point. Going to take the end now and do the same thing. I'm going to line it up, make sure it looks good. Go ahead and take my glue gun and start adding some glue to the edging all the way around, making sure I'm getting all the edges. And we're going to go ahead and set it right on the piñata, line it up with the T, and make it look perfect. And there we got it. We got the T in, and now we're just missing one more letter. And now we're down to our very last letter. Again, we're just adding some glue to all the edging and gonna go ahead and place that on our bomb. It's gonna look awesome. So go ahead and line it up. Make sure it looks nice and even. Wow, look at that. Now let's go ahead and take our fuse and straighten out some of the bottom part so it's flat and it will be able to adhere really well. So now that we have that nice and flat, we'll go ahead and take the glue gun and add a dab of glue there. There we go. And we're going to go ahead and adhere it to the top of our bomb. And there you go. Look at that. Our TNT Bomb shaped piñata. Wow, is that awesome or what? Absolutely love this. If you love this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more DIY projects here at DIY Stuff, give me a shout. Let me know. Let me know what you're looking for. Thanks for watching and catch you on the next video.